And we're back, guys. Tennis in a minute. I'm your host, Good Energy. We are in the studio discussing the world's number one and the world's rank number two, Iga Swatek and Aryna Sabalenka. Yes, guys, the story. Iga Swatek says she will not contribute to the hatred of Aryna Sabalenka. Yes, guys. Iga sat down recently in an interview and she stated, "I see the polls do not really like Aryna Sabalenka. We simply have two completely different personalities colliding." Yes, let's get into it. Like the video, show some love, buckle your seatbelts. You're in for a ride. Aryna Sabalenka made it clear one of her goals for this season was to become number one and end the year ranked number one. She started this year off very well, guys. She won the first tournament of the season, the Adelaide International, taking out Ludmila in the round of 16, Marketa Vondrousova in the quarterfinal, Irina Begu in the semifinal, and Linda Noskova in the championship match. She followed that up with her first Grand Slam as a singles player by winning the Australian Open. She beat Teresa Martinsova in the first round, Shelby Rogers in the second round, Elise Mertens in the third round, Belinda Bencic in the round of 16, Donna Vekic in the quarterfinal, Magda Linette in the semifinal, and Elena Rybakina. After dropping the first set, she would come back, win the second set 6-3 and the third and final set 6-4. Aryna Sabalenka was well on her way to becoming the world's ranked number one. However, she would not accomplish that goal till nearly 9 months later. That's right, after making the US Open final, the championship match, and winning the first set against Cory Coco Gauff. She would end up losing that match, the second set 6-3, the third set 6-2, but she would accomplish her goal in defeat of becoming the world's ranked number one player. That's right, Iga Swiatek's loss to Jelena Ostapenko would end the long run over 70 weeks at number one. But the only question was, could Aryna Sabalenka hold on to the number one spot and finish the year on top? We know the answer to that question, but there's one question a lot of us do not know the answer to. Where did this hatred for Aryna Sabalenka come from in terms of the Polish fans? Well, let me take you back to Texas. That's right, guys, the showdown. The look on Iga Swiatek's face after coming into this matchup a huge favorite. And listen, everyone picked Iga Swiatek to win the 2022 WTA Yearly End Championship. Everyone, except Good Energy. I told you guys Aryna Sabalenka was the side to be on for this match. Is this where the hatred started? I said in the past, this image of Iga Swiatek looking up at the ceiling, knowing her hopes and dreams of becoming WTA champion for the year 22 slipping away. Have you guys ever competed just knowing there's nothing you can do to change the outcome of a very important match? It's a horrible feeling. It's a helplessness type of feeling where you just can't change the outcome. This match here, especially in particular the third set, just felt like Iga Swiatek ran out of gas. Felt like she got a little bit tired and the power of Sabalenka is just a little too much on this occasion. Indoor hard's a different animal, ladies and gentlemen. But is this where the hatred started? Or did the Polish fans notice something a few seasons ago when Ashley Barty was still playing and Naomi Osaka was dominating the tour? That's right, Aryna Sabalenka said she wanted the Porsche, the green Porsche, but would fall again to Ashley Barty and display poor sportsmanlike conduct, exiting the trophy ceremony prematurely. Did that cause a dislike with the Polish fans? Or was it last year at the US Open when Aryna Sabalenka went nutty and completely lost it? She decided to hold up Kanepi, sit Indian style, break a boom microphone on live television, ruin Kanepi's momentum, which would help propel an amazing comeback, but again, not before breaking that very expensive boom microphone. Aryna would eventually make the semifinals, but would lose. But is that what did it for the Polish fans? The antics? The anger? The unprofessionalism? Wait, I think I know what did it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go back to Germany. 3 seasons in a row, Aryna Sabalenka made it clear she wanted the Porsche. In 2022, Iga defeated Sabalenka in straight set 6-2, 6-2. What about this year? Things got really darn chippy this season in Germany. That's right, remember that play? I'm not going to talk about that one. Did Aryna Sabalenka attempt? Okay, I'm not going to mention that. But what we did see clearly, and go watch the video, I covered the match, the video went viral, Aryna Sabalenka attempting to break the Porsche window. The new Porsche that Iga Swatek won for her father. Such a kid excited that her father was in the building and that Porsche was for him. Attempting to break the window. Is this why Polish fans dislike Aryna Sabalenka? What do you think? Or is it the war? Is that what it is? Let's just be honest, guys. Aryna Sabalenka was under fire for not speaking up enough about the situation with Russia and the Ukraine. But last time I checked, Aryna Sabalenka's from Belarus. What is really going on here, ladies and gentlemen? Is it just the rivalry? But then again, is 6-3 a rivalry? What do you guys think? Or does this all resort back to Texas? When Aryna Sabalenka knocked Iga Swatek out in the semifinals of the WTA Championship Masters. Is this really a rivalry? 6-3? Possibly. But then again, guys, we get excited every time Coco plays Iga. And that's a lopsided head-to-head. But not for long. Coco's got a few years to improve. And let's just be honest, guys. When that rivalry's all said and done, it's probably going to be 25-15 for Coco. Back to the video. This is a part of the video where I give my personal take. And the reality here is I honestly feel that a lot of the dislike from Polish fans towards Aryna Sabalenka is a result of the war. You know, a lot of people criticize Aryna Sabalenka for not speaking up enough. But listen, guys, let's be adults here. Aryna Sabalenka is a professional tennis player. She's not a politician. She's not she's not a part of the military. That's not her job. She shouldn't have to feel pressure to speak up for things she possibly doesn't even know anything about, or doesn't want to be concerned with. Not that she doesn't care or it doesn't affect her, but she's a professional tennis player. That's her craft, that's her livelihood, that's how she earns a living. And to be a professional athlete in any sport, it takes time, hard work, and dedication. That's what she dedicates her life to. She doesn't want to speak on issues because, listen, when you're in the spotlight and you speak on issues, you're always going to have people from both sides that disagree with what you say. Yes, people will agree, but you can't please everyone. And a lot of times, sometimes it's best to not say anything. I think the personal dislike, a lot of it is from the war. And I think the other half is from what happened in Germany, attempting to break the window. A lot of people took that wrong. But just to dislike her as a person, I think is wrong. Because, look, she's still young, she's growing. And especially fans, you don't know her as a person. We don't know her as a person. We know her as a professional athlete that entertains us. And not every player or person is the same. We have someone like Coco that's extremely classy, elegant, graceful, Venus Williams. But then we have the Sabalenkas of the world that's necessary. We have the Danielle Collins of the world. It's all necessary. It's entertainment at the end of the day. We watch these elite professional athletes give their all. And I've said this time and time again in the past. I've watched a lot of the players practice. Iga Swatek is an amazing athlete. Her practices are amazing. And listen, her former coach said Iga doesn't necessarily train harder than other athletes he's coached. But I've watched Aryna Sabalenka train, and I have to be honest with you, I haven't seen many players train longer than her. She trains really hard. She really puts in a lot of work. And she's been through a lot the last couple of years as well. Okay, losing her father. And I feel that she's growing into a beautiful person. I think a lot of the dislike, I don't think it's justified, to be honest with you. And I think she's getting better with fans. I've seen her in the past ignore fans, and not necessarily ignore, but walk by them. Whereas I've said time and time again, when it comes to showing attention to the fans, I think Iga's amongst the best. Iga, Ons Jabeur, Coco. Iga is a good number one. Okay, the way she treats fans, the way she respects fans and gives it. Now, I had someone from the Polish media on the channel. They were upset that Iga ignored the Polish media. My personal opinion is I don't think Iga knew they were there. I just don't think she was aware. I don't think Iga would do that. I've seen Iga time and time again approach the fans in the rain, sign balls. I have several balls from Iga. Look, I think she's great with the fans. I think she's a great number one. I do think people mature at different ages. We all go through different things in life. And those things, they shape us, it molds us into the people we become. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer for players or people to reach the levels and show mental maturity. But however, when you're playing an emotional sport, I don't think your character or, how you are as a person, I don't think you should be judged on how you deal with stressful situations playing a game. I think Aryna Sabalenka, I think she's a classy woman. I think she is growing into a better person, and she's developing year by year, day by day. We all are watching her get better as a person. And in terms of the Polish fans, now we know, listen, here in the States, especially in the urban neighborhoods where I'm from, listen guys, everyone on your street can literally make the NBA, the NFL, especially in the urban community. We're all talented. We're all fast. We can all look. In my neighborhood, every kid literally that I knew by the age of 12 years old was dunking a basketball. We all could have been track stars, football stars, anything. So here in the States, we're spoiled with amazing athletes. Like, look at Coco at 15. Serena Williams said at 15 years old, she never was that talented. This is why I say Coco's the future of tennis, guys. She's the only teenager inside the top 10. That's insane, right? So here in the States, we're spoiled with so many amazing athletes. Whereas in Poland, Iga's big time. But I've also covered tennis, and I remember a time where a lot of Polish fans weren't checking for Iga. So, I mean, yeah, when you start to win, people start to notice. But I do feel that they use that as a sense to kind of not really give her fair criticism, right? So if Iga loses a match, if she gets a violation, if she gets a penalty, if she's, showing signs of fatigue, if she's tired, if she doesn't get a bagel, a lot of the Polish fans, they are not open to fair criticism when something is clearly obvious. And that's not good in terms of the public perception. A lot of the people online in the media, they're starting to think that Polish fans are the worst fans. They're starting to think in terms of fan bases that the Polish fans are the worst fan base in tennis because they're not letting people criticize professional athletes properly. And what I mean by that is they're starting to make an excuse for everything. And it's like, I don't necessarily think it's adults. I think it's a lot of younger adults or teenagers because, look, an adult can clearly see, look, if someone's tired, they're tired. If someone's breaking a rule, they're breaking a rule. We don't want to condone that type of stuff. And the same with Aryna Sabalenka. She's done a lot of things over the past, and look, that's possibly why a lot of people don't like her. But in this particular video, my personal opinion, I think a lot of it derives from the war and what happened in Germany. And I don't necessarily think those are two reasons to really dislike an elite athlete like Aryna Sabalenka. I really don't. I mean, look, did she mean harm by attempting to break the Porsche window? No, she was joking. That's her personality. She did speak out on the war, and she said, look, she's not for it. So I don't really think it's justified at all. I mean, especially for, like, at the end of the day, this is entertainment. Aryna Sabalenka does a great job of entertaining us, right? If you're better than her on any given day and you beat her, congratulations to you. You deserve to win. But to hold emotions against her during heated matches and competition, I think is childish. And listen, guys, Iga said herself, she said she's more of an introvert while Aryna Sabalenka is more of an extrovert, right? She expresses her feelings. Iga's a little bit more quiet and reserved at times, right? We have seen Iga, a little bit fired up as well. But the reality here is, I think the Polish fans are being a little too harsh on Aryna Sabalenka, and they also have to be a little bit more open to criticism and feedback for Iga, right? Iga mentioned that this year was one of the toughest years of her career, especially battling the injury. And I'll be honest with you guys, look, that 2-month period where Iga was absent, look, I missed Iga, especially covering tennis in her matches. Look, I'm like, Iga's got to come back. I mean, Iga and Ons Jabeur, when they missed, a lot of that time for injuries, it was tough. I enjoy watching Iga play, but in terms of this video, Polish fans all over the world, we need to show Aryna Sabalenka a little bit more respect. I feel she's maturing as a woman. And listen, guys, she's got one of the hardest rackets on tour. What would the tour be without Aryna Sabalenka? Come on now, she's great for the sport, and not everyone's the same. We all have different personalities. That's what makes the tour so beautiful, right? So I'm gonna end the video here, guys. You can comment below, why do you think Polish fans hate or dislike Aryna Sabalenka? Now, if you're from Poland, look, a lot of Polish subscribers on the channel. Like the video, show some love for Iga and Aryna. But listen, Polish fans, why do you guys dislike Aryna Sabalenka? I need to hear this straight from Polish fans' mouths. That's a mouthful. Say that fast 3 times. Polish fans, we need to hear from you, your feedback. Why do you guys dislike Aryna Sabalenka? And I mean, even Coco, it's starting to seem like you guys dislike Coco. What's up with that? Every time I do a post on Coco, you guys come and talk about Iga. What is that about, guys? Like, Coco's a teenager. She's 19. She's the only teenager in the top 10. Put some respect on Coco's name. And Aryna. But please comment below. Why do you guys dislike Aryna? Or is that just media hype? Do you guys like Aryna? Is this propaganda? I need feedback. Comment below. Like the video as well. See you soon. Tennis in a minute. We're going to talk about Iga's reign at #1 in the next video. That's very impressive. And we're going to talk about Coco's earnings as well. Look for those videos. And again, have a good day. Like the video. And we are